Hello friends, welcome to my third video on the series of C programming in Linux. If you haven't watched my previous videos in this series, I strongly recommend you to watch my previous videos as we are going to use Linux commands in this video which had been discussed in the previous video. In this video, we are going to learn about programs, compilers and other stuff relating to programming. Finally, we are going to end this video by making a hello world program in C language, which basically prints hello world on screen. Computers are very powerful devices in doing lots of work that cannot be done by humans, but they are not very intelligent as humans. They don't know how to think and how to take decisions on their own. So every computer needs to be instructed by humans. We need to tell them what to do. As they cannot think by themselves, they blindly follow what the instructions we have given. The set of instructions given to a computer are known as programs. In order to give set of instructions to the computer, we need to communicate with the computer. We humans can communicate in English languages, but computers cannot communicate in English as they are not very intelligent enough to understand our languages. They only know a specific language called machine language. So we need to learn machine language in order to write programs to computers. Machine language consists of sequences of zeros and ones, which is very difficult for us to understand. So we cannot write huge programs in machine languages. So computer engineers invented assembly language. This is a middle level language. Middle level languages are somewhat understandable by humans because they contain English words called mnemonics. Mnemonics are nothing but some English words which replace a sequence of ones and zeros. A program written in assembly language cannot be understood by the computer. So we need to convert this program in assembly to program in machine language. To do this particular task, we have a special program known as assembler. Using assembly, we cannot write programs in an efficient way because we need to remember the mnemonics and their equivalent binary codes. And also assembly is architecture dependent. That is, the code written in one computer may or may not work in other computers. So we got updated to high level languages which are very close to human understandable language. We generally write programs in high level languages like C language, C++, Python, Java, Ruby, etc. and convert them to computer understandable machine language using programs called compilers. Every high level language has its own compiler. Compilers take in the source code written in high level language as input and gives an executable machine code file as an output. C language has many compilers. We are going to use GCC, which stands for GNU C compiler. So in order to do programming, we need two things: a text editor in order to type the source code in C language, and compiler which can convert C language code into executable machine code. C source code files can be recognized by compilers by the extension .c. So we already have the text editor Nano. We can basically use any text editor to write our source codes. In this video, I am going to use Nano. We also need compiler to be installed on our computer. In order to install the compiler on our computer, we can enter the following command: sudo apt-get install gcc. That is, we are installing the GNU C compiler. As soon as I press it, it prompts for the password. You can enter your password. As soon as I enter our password, the installation starts, and here you can see GNU C compiler is already installed on my computer. So now let's go ahead and create our hello world source code. To do this, let's open a C source file in Nano text editor. In order to do that, let's press Nano and let the file name be hello.c. .c is important as it is a source code of C language. As soon as I press it, the text editor opens. Now here we type the program, and the program goes as follows: hash include stdio.h void main parenthesis printf, and we enter hello world. And we close the curly brace. Now this is it. Now do not worry about the source code here, because we are going to learn each and every line of this code in detail in next video. Now let's save the file. We first need to exit. As we are exiting, it prompts for us to save or delete the changes in this file. As we are going to save it, we will press S, and it asks what the file name is going to be. We need to press hello.c itself. As soon as we press enter, and when we list the contents of the present working directory ls, we can see here we have hello.c. the file has been saved. We can check if it is the correct file or not by displaying the contents of the file using the command cat hello.c. As you can see, this is the program we have entered. Now in order to compile this using GNU C compiler, the code to compile this is gcc-o to get output file, and we need to press the output file name. For this particular program, we are going to give the output file name as output itself. After giving the output file name, we are pressing space and the source code file name. As the source code is hello.c, we'll press it, and as soon as we press enter, it compiles, and if we list out the contents of the directory, we can see the file output. Executable file output has been created. Executable files can be identified by the green color text. Now in order to execute this file, we can press the following command: /output file name, that is output. Now here you can see the output of the program we have written. It prints hello world here. Now please don't panic about the code written in this video, in this program. We will learn about each and every line of the code in the next video. That's it for this video, guys. Keep watching this series. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like them, and see you guys in the next tutorial.